Hey, aunties, uncles, can I ask you something straight up? Have you ever told yourself, nuts are healthy? What harm could they do? Me too. And yet, some days the legs get wobbly, memory slips right through your fingers, sleep turns fussy, and we shrug. That's just age. But what if a few of the nuts we snack on every day are quietly nudging those troubles along? I'm not here to scare you. I'm here because I love you. I want you strong, sharp, sleeping deep. So today, I'll share 3 nuts to go easy on and 3 to lean on. Clear, simple, do it now. And the first name on the mic, so ordinary it almost feels silly, is peanuts. That drizzly afternoon, I was crouched in the garden when Auntie Lan from next door, 70-something, living solo, walked over with a jar of homemade peanut butter. She smiled. Tastes great, kid. I take a spoon every day, I smiled back. She still took morning walks, sipped tea without hurry. I thought, let me age like that. 2 months later, the phone cracked my heart. Hospital. Her liver was irritated, blood pressure creeping, sleep broken. Even her blood thinner wasn't behaving. The doctor said something she used often might be messing with her meds. I went quiet. The healthy thing she trusted was that jar of peanut butter. I know. Peanuts look harmless. Small, toasty, friendly. The trouble's in what we don't see. First, peanuts are fussy about storage. If they sit too long or stay damp, molds can grow. And some molds can leave behind stubborn toxins that stress the liver. Younger bodies bounce back. Older bodies don't always clear the junk as well. Second, peanuts are heavy on omega-6 fats. Not bad by themselves, but when we pile on omega-6 and skimp on omega-3, the body hums with low-grade inflammation. Achy knees when you stand, shoulders that feel glued every morning, a heart that thumps hard from light chores. Sometimes it's not getting old, it's out of balance. There's another wrinkle. Vitamin K. Peanuts and some peanut products can carry enough to tangle with certain blood thinners. Not everyone, not every dose, but enough that your numbers can drift if you're not careful. And store-bought peanut butter? Often smoothed with added sugars, extra salt, and cheap oils, so it spreads like a dream and lasts forever. Looks pretty, tastes rich, but slowly nudges up blood pressure, blood fats, and artery wear and tear. You think you're eating healthy, yet the body is keeping score. Do some folks eat peanuts their whole lives and feel fine? Sure, but our bodies change with time. What felt harmless at 40 can tap the brakes at 70. If any of this sounds like you or someone you love, just drop me a true so we know we've got company. What now? No panic, just a smart reset. If peanuts or peanut butter are a daily habit, give them a 2-week break, short and kind. See what shifts. Sleep a bit deeper, morning stiffness quieter, head less foggy. Many aunties and uncles I know felt lighter, less drag, more clear. If you still crave the taste later, treat it like a sometimes food and choose clean, fresh roasted, dry, and fragrant. No dampness or dark spots. Skip refried snack mixes. Skip sugar salt coatings. Best is small batches at home. A few peanuts, savored, not shoveled. And if you take heart meds or blood thinners, don't eat peanut products right up against pill time. Give the body some room. When in doubt, run it by your clinician. Your health story matters. And this isn't a ban on every nut. We're swapping, not scolding. Almonds and walnuts, solid teammates, kind to the heart, friendly to bones and memory, gentle on digestion for many people. The taste may feel plain at first. Keep going. The body recognizes clean and says thank you. But peanuts aren't the only sneak in the pantry. There's another favorite, silky, buttery, the star of so many gift tins, that can quietly tug calcium out of the plan and leave your knees complaining. Cashews. Sweet, mellow, classy in a bowl. Cashews look like a treat and taste like a hug. Down in the gut, though, they carry oxalates, compounds that love to latch on to calcium and make crystals your body can't use. That calcium should have gone to bones and joints. Instead, poof, escorted right out. A handful today, a handful tomorrow. Over time, the little losses add up. Bones thin, knees talk, standing stings, sitting pinches. One slip on the step and a tiny crack can mean weeks of recovery. There's more. Extra oxalates can team up in the kidneys and turn from sand to stones. If you're not drinking much water, or your kidneys are a bit tired from age, risk climbs. And cashews pack more carbs than many other nuts, so big evening handfuls can spike blood sugar. If you're managing prediabetes or diabetes, that quiet spike chips away at the small vessels in the feet and legs, leading to weakness, numbness, slow healing cuts, the kind of trouble that sneaks, not sprints. One small but real safety note: cashews are soft and slippery. With dentures or a dry mouth, they can slide the wrong way, easy to choke when you snack absent-mindedly in front of the TV. I get it. Cashews feel fancy, and they go down easy with tea and guests. Tasty, fragrant, hard to stop. So when I bring up bones, kidneys, and sugar, the surprise is natural. Don't be scared. Just steer. Start with the simplest test. Listen to your body. If cashews are a daily thing, press pause for 2 or 3 weeks. Then check in. Do your legs feel steadier in the morning? Do stairs argue less? Less bloating after dinner? Easier to fall asleep? The body whispers. We just have to lean in. If you've got arthritis, kidney stone history, diabetes, or high blood pressure, honestly, I'd love you to say a longer goodbye to cashews. Tiny daily handfuls become big problems over months. At our age, we choose protect over experiment. Protect your strength so you can protect your joy, walk on your own, laugh longer, watch the grandkids grow. Craving won't quit? Okay, make a deal with yourself. 3 to 5 cashews, not every day. Chew slow, not on an empty stomach, not right before bed. Choose dry roasted, no sugar glaze, no heavy salt. If the nuts seem limp or smell off, trash them. Don't trade a few pennies for a hospital wristband. One small change today is one less risk tomorrow. Steadier steps, calmer gut, more quiet afternoons with the people you love. And we're not done. There's a little glossy nut, often sprinkled on fancy plates, that can tease your taste buds, tug your mood, and sometimes elbow its way into your medicine routine. Pine nuts. Say pine nuts, and you might picture a gorgeous salad, a cozy soup, or that creamy pesto we all adore. Pretty, buttery, seems wholesome. But caution has a place. First, meds. For some folks, certain prescriptions, like blood pressure pills, cholesterol meds, or mood medicines, can get finicky when the diet swings in unexpected ways, including with rich, oxidation-prone foods. It's not everyone, and not every brand, but if numbers get weird, or your heart feels jumpy after you've been heavy on pine nuts, loop in your doctor and mention it. Better to check than guess. Then there's pine mouth, real thing. A day or two after eating the wrong batch, everything tastes metallic, like you bit a spoon. Food turns joyless, and when you already eat smaller portions, a lost appetite can sap energy fast. Pine nuts are also loaded with delicate fats that go rancid in heat, sun, or time. Once oxidized, the smell turns waxy, the taste gets harsh, and inside the body, that rancid fat can stoke the tiny fires of inflammation. Brains especially dislike that. Hello brain fog, low mood, slow memory. And they're tiny and slick. If you snack distracted, they can slip the wrong way and make you cough or choke, especially if you dine alone. So what's the play? Keep your staples fresh. Buy nuts in small amounts. Store them cool, dark, and airtight. Taste before you trust. If the flavor is odd, metallic, bitter, paint-like, spit, don't swallow. And rotate your go-tos: almonds, walnuts, pistachios, unsalted, dry roasted, tend to treat most older bodies kindly. Pair a small handful with a little protein, yogurt, cheese, a boiled egg, to smooth blood sugar. Water, too. Your kidneys and joints love it. One last promise from your neighborhood kid. I'm not saying never. I'm saying know how. Pause and test. Swap smart. Chew slow. Space from your meds. Keep portions small. Keep storage tight. And when something in your body changes, don't blame age first. Ask your plate. If you want, I'll put together a simple eat more, eat less nut list you can stick on the fridge, and a 2-week reset plan you can start today. Aunties, uncles, here is the simple plan. Just like with cashews, press pause on pine nuts for 2 or 3 weeks and listen to what your body says. If later you still want to taste, keep it small, 5 to 7 kernels at a time. Not every day, not near pill time, not late at night. Buy fresh, store airtight, and if the smell turns odd, stop right there. And if you have ever noticed that strange bitter metal taste after pine nuts, say I have, so others can learn from your story. The takeaway is easy to remember. Go lighter on cashews, go lighter on pine nuts, protect your calcium, protect your kidneys, protect your memory. Eat a little, eat right, stay strong for the long run. I am here, walking with you through every tiny change, so each day lands a little calmer than the last. one more word before we move on. Pine nuts may be small, but small can stir trouble. I am not calling them poison, no. I am saying this with love for those over 60 who are steady on heart and blood pressure and cholesterol meds. When your medicines are your quiet daily friends, even one little habit pushing sideways can undo good work. If a special dinner comes with a sprinkle of pine nuts, 2 bites will not break you. The important part is this: do not stock the pantry and nibble them out of habit. Do not assume a little can do no harm, because a little, repeated, can turn into a lot. If your kitchen already has a bag, gift it forward to the young and sturdy, and save your appetite for foods that match your age, your meds, and your digestion. Pay attention after meals. If your tongue feels bitter, your mouth goes flat, your head feels heavy, think back to whether pine nuts showed up on your plate. Some folks breeze through twice, then the third time the off-taste lingers a week. Younger bodies push past it. Older bodies tend to skip meals and lose steam. So instead of gambling on a pretty garnish, choose the steady foods that quietly keep you moving, sleeping, smiling. You do not need fancy, you need what helps you rest well and walk lightly. Sometimes good health is just deciding to skip one tiny nut and buying yourself a long stretch of easy years. If hearing about 3 nuts that look good but can cause fuss makes your heart drop a little, do not worry. Nature also hands us gentle helpers, small but mighty, that build bone, calm the heart, brighten memory, and lift the spirit. Today, I want to introduce 3 bodyguards you can find anywhere, starting with the quiet friend that steadies every step: almonds. Back home, there is Aunt 2, nearly 70, moving like she is in her 50s. At dawn, she is already by the pond with a bamboo basket, washing greens, every motion sure and steady. I teased her about secret tonics. She laughed and said none at all, just a few soaked almonds each day. Walk well, remember well, sleep deep. I went home half curious, read a little, and it clicked. Almonds suit older bodies. They help bone density, support muscles, encourage clearer memory, and are kind to the heart. Pale brown skins, ivory crunch, a small shell with a quiet treasure inside. After 60, when the body slopes a bit, almonds make a reliable companion. For bones, they bring calcium with magnesium, a pair that not only builds, but helps those minerals find the right address. A few each day feels like laying small bricks back into the frame time has thinned. For muscles, they offer easy plant protein, so hands tremble less, steps plant firmer, stairs do not demand a railing. For memory, their antioxidants work like silent guards around nerve cells, cooling little fires in the brain, so thoughts line up and old and new stories quit tangling. The heart gets tending too, as their good fats nudge down the rough kind of cholesterol and help keep blood pressure steady. The gut is grateful as well. If you wrestle with constipation, a simple almond habit can smooth the path without leaning on pills. Now the how. Small and steady wins. 5 to 10 almonds a day is enough, and morning is a lovely time because an easy stomach welcomes nutrients. If chewing is hard or your belly is touchy, soak them overnight, slip off the skins, and chew slowly. That gentle prep often makes minerals easier to use. For variety, chop and sprinkle over warm porridge, stir into yogurt, or pair with ripe fruit like banana or papaya. Skip the salted, candied, or deep-fried versions. Pretty bags can hide industrial oils and add-ons that do no favors for blood pressure, liver, or kidneys. If you can, choose plain almonds with the skin on, then soak or lightly toast at home. Simple, safe, and kinder on the pocket. In these years, we do not ask for much. A few good habits, same time each morning, right amount, right food, peace follows. Now, if almonds keep the frame steady, there is another nut that feels almost like a message from nature. Look at its shape, and you will guess the gift. Let us open the small door to the secret tucked inside each segment of the walnut. The name is odd, the feel in the hand even odder. The shell looks like a tiny brain, its grooves tracing little folds. And what looks like a mind turns out to be a friend to the mind, to memory, to mood, to sleep. Inside is a plant form of omega-3, a cool stream for nerve cells. With enough omega-3, the brain hums smoother, signals travel clearly, your story does not lose its middle, the grandchild's name lands right away, and your feet feel more sure on the floor. That is why walnuts and memory get talked about in the same breath. There is more. Walnuts carry sturdy antioxidants, quiet gatekeepers that head straight for sensitive places, tidy up little pockets of inflammation, patch microwear, slow the clock a notch, and nudge back the fear of forgetting. One soft blessing I love is the gentle nudge toward sleep, as walnuts naturally carry compounds that help the body reset its clock. Plain words, they help you get sleepy at the right time and stay asleep long enough to feel restored. Some aunties and uncles take just a few pieces in the evening and notice eyelids grow easy and dreams settle in. When blood flows well, the brain gets its oxygen, legs complain less, standing does not bring a wave of lightheaded, and the fear of missing a step eases. For a nut so small, that is a lot of good, without fuss or flair, just the right choice eaten the right way. How to use them so they fit your age, your belly, your routine. Keep it simple. 1 to 2 walnuts a day is plenty. Crack one, and you have several small segments, enough to support memory and sleep. Eat too many, and your stomach may grumble, especially if it is delicate. The sweet spot is about an hour before bed, when the body is winding down and that natural sleep signal arrives on time. Eat them plain. Crumble into a soft porridge, stir into warm milk, or pair with a ripe banana or some yogurt to keep digestion easy. If the nut feels too hard, crush lightly or steam to soften. Do not salt, do not fry, do not sugarcoat, because that steals value and tangles blood pressure and sugar. When buying, look for whole shells that feel solid, no cracks, no musty scent, and a clear source. In shell walnuts, hold their flavor longer, and are less likely to taste stale. Pre-shelled is convenient, but unless sealed well, it goes rancid fast. If you take heart or blood pressure medicines, walnuts play nicely, often supporting good circulation rather than fighting your regimen. The rule that matters most is little, but daily, not a lot, then nothing. What older bodies need is a true night's rest, a memory that does not stumble, a morning that does not drag. Gentle walnuts can help carry you there. If you have felt deeper sleep or steadier recall with them, tell me so we can celebrate together. Aunties, uncles, let me introduce the last good friend in our little bodyguard trio. Small and cheerful, a shell that opens like a shy smile, a green heart that snaps crisp then turns mellow on the tongue, that is the pistachio. It looks happy, it tastes comforting, but its real gift is quiet and steady. At our age, the heart can be moody, and the numbers wobble like a clock that needs a new battery. Blood vessels lose spring, so standing up can make the room tilt. Pistachios bring plenty of potassium, the kind that helps vessel walls relax and flex, so pressure settles on its own pace, not too high, not too low. If your pulse races toward evening, or you get lightheaded when you change position, add a few pistachios to your afternoon snack and see how your body answers. Pistachios also look after our eyes. Inside are lutein and zeaxanthin, gentle helpers for the macula and retina, the parts that complain when we watch TV too long, read under dim lamps, or step into harsh sunlight without a hat. That blur at dusk, those watery eyes, that one side that never quite focuses, a regular pistachio habit can soften those nuisances over time. What I love most about pistachios is the pace they set. The nut is firm but not stubborn, so you chew slowly. Slow chewing means saliva shows up on time and digestion begins right where it should in the mouth, which keeps the belly calm. If mornings leave your mouth dry or evenings leave your stomach heavy, try a few pistachios after meals and feel the difference. Cracking the shells is its own gentle exercise too. Hands, eyes, and mind work together in a small rhythm that keeps fingers nimble and thoughts bright. Eating pistachios is nourishment and it is play. A quiet joy in the simple work of slowing down. Some folks say pistachios are just a fun snack. Used wisely, they become a daily helper. You do not need a heap, only a small palmful during a snack break. Crack without rushing, chew without rushing, let the nutty sweetness spread. Little by little, day by day, the heart steadies, the eyes feel clearer, your steps land with more confidence. That is enough. That is a pocket of peace you can tuck into every afternoon. Not loud, not fancy, just the right nut at the right time with the right bite and a soft smile. Here is the quiet rule my elders taught me. 10 to 15 pistachios a day is plenty. They are tiny but rich. Too many can weigh you down, bloat the belly, and add energy you do not need. Less but regular, gentle but steady. That is the wise way for our season of life. No harsh rules and no grim faces. Keep a rhythm and respect your limits. Choosing well matters, though. Pick unsalted, not fried, no sugar glaze, and no buttery coating. Skip the bright white salt crust and the super crispy batches. Those cost you nutrients and can nudge blood pressure while making the kidneys work too hard. If you already live with high pressure, diabetes, or a tender kidney, be extra careful. I know an uncle who reads the morning paper with a small bowl of pistachios, opening one shell at a time. It looks simple and kind, like practicing patience in slow motion. Life eases back into a calmer tempo. If your teeth are sensitive, shell them in advance, crush lightly, or sprinkle over warm porridge or a cup of yogurt, so they go down easy but still nourish well. For a change of taste, mix a few pistachios with almonds and walnuts into a tiny 3-in-1 snack you can use instead of a heavy treat. If you want to keep your hands nimble, do not shell everything at once. Leave some for your daily ritual. Sit on the porch in the late breeze, open one, breathe once, open another, let the mind loosen. These are small moves with real results. Growing older should feel unhurried, deep rather than fast, steady rather than strict. A few pistachios can bring a little joy, along with the care. Now let us sit together and look back at the path we just walked, and hear a soft closing like a warm country evening. From the nuts that only seemed harmless, peanuts, cashews, pine nuts, to the three true friends of later years, almonds, walnuts, pistachios, we can see how small things carry big weight. Some pull the legs weak, fray the sleep, dim the memory before we notice. Others rebuild quietly, lifting bone and heart and spirit, so we can live slow and strong, long and light. At this stage, we do not need grand feasts. We want mornings where we still step into the garden and fill the lungs. We still hear the grandkids call our names. We still rest on the porch in cool air without pain tugging at our knees. That is not far away. No big stunts, no expensive potions, just a daily shift toward what helps and away from what harms. Learn your body a little more, listen a little closer, and health returns like an old tree given warm soil and right sun, finally blooming again. Old age is not the end of the road. It is the quiet movement of a long journey, slow but rich, slow but complete. When we cherish each day and each breath, that is when life feels full. A handful of almonds in the morning, a few walnuts before bed, fingers opening pistachios in the afternoon. These tiny acts are how we show ourselves love. I am not the expert with big words. I am the grandchild pouring tea and sharing what I have seen and read and tried so we can try together. If today left you lighter and calmer, leave me a word at the end of the video, a yes, a thank you, a few lines from the heart. Every note from you is a gift to me. If this feels useful and you want to walk with me through the next chapters of living well and living happy, you can subscribe so we find each other again when the next story arrives. Thank you for sitting with me all this way. I wish you steady steps, an easy heart, deep sleep, and a smile that stays gentle. Life is brief, but when it is lived fully, every day is a good day.